Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll give you the lowdown on what's up with AARP Ohio. Then, we'll meet those giving thanks for a beautiful smile. How did Cleveland get its start? We'll explore the exciting adventures of our home sweet hometown. Plus, don't gamble with your health. We'll double down on why you need to know your numbers. And if you lend a helping hand, are you liable to land in legal trouble? We'll present provided protections.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. We know AARP fights for the rights of older adults on a daily basis, but they also work to make our lives more enjoyable. Linda Fegler has just the ticket to save you money at a premier downtown destination. Linda is a volunteer for AARP Ohio. So welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
And AARP Ohio has been very busy, right?
We have been. Actually, we always are. As you know, AARP wants to empower people 50 plus to enjoy the way they live and work today. And many of your viewers are probably already familiar with our mission of social change and advocacy on issues such as financial resilience, health security, and personal fulfillment. And on past Golden Opportunity shows, we've talked about our work here in Ohio with utilities and that help save Ohioans billions in unfair surcharges. And of course, our work continues to make sure that Ohioans and all Americans are protected from unfair health care costs and pre-existing conditions or age.
Right. Big issues coming up now.
Yes.
But Ohio seniors do appreciate the work that you guys do.
Yes, they do. Yes,
but
they do.
Today you're actually here with an example of how AARP wants to make life more enjoyable and more affordable, correct?
Yes. What I want to share today is how here in Cleveland, AARP is bringing you more opportunities to connect with your community and people like you without spending more than you have to.
Always, yes.
Yes, we are very excited to announce our partnership with Playhouse Square that brings a discount to AARP members for every performance and event at Playhouse Square until the end of 2017.
Wow, every single performance and event?
That's right, through the end of the year.
Holy cow, we want more information.
Well, the discount is the same for each event as it's based on where the seat location is in each theater. Plus, as AARP members, they get not only special pricing, there are pre-sale options for events that can be found on our special webpage for AARP members. Go to www.playhousesquare.org/CEO and enter the partner code PHS to access the ticket purchase site. And you don't have to have web access to take advantage of this. You can also call 216-640-8602 and speak to Hannah to purchase your tickets. And of course, our AARP Ohio site will have more info and links to this and other events too.
And it's such a great venue to partner with.
Oh, it is. Lori, we are so fortunate here in Cleveland to have Playhouse Square. It's one of the world's finest entertainment destinations, and it's the second largest performing arts center in the country outside of New York City. And you know, best of all, the 10 venues and theaters utilize the arts as a catalyst for economic development and improve quality of life for our entire region. When you see a show at Playhouse Square, you're really not only investing in yourself, you're investing in our community, and that's what we're all about here at AARP, connecting you to your community in new and meaningful ways.
And there's so many options to choose from. Everybody's bound to find something that they want to see.
Oh, absolutely. This is a great opportunity for AARP members to see a diverse array of performances, really that satisfy any taste, from the best of Broadway, comedy, concerts, dance, family shows, plays, opera. The range is broad. And of course, highlights this summer include the summer movie series, Motown the Musical is coming live, and of course, the Broadway tour of Wicked is coming in November.
Ooh, I've seen that. It's great.
That's a great, worth things 2, 3, 4 times.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Absolutely so. So, since this is such a big deal, let's see the website and that phone number again.
Right. Go to playhousesquare.org/CEO, enter the PHS code, or call 216-640-8602. And of course, to always be in the know, connect with us on our regular website or phone number, which you'll show in just a minute, as well as on Facebook and Twitter.
All right. As always, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much.
Your health, your entertainment, your life. AARP is working to make all of it the best it can be, and you got to make sure you don't miss any of their efforts. So you need to use the information that's coming up next for more info. My thanks to Linda for such great entertainment information.
Thank you, Lori.
For more information, call AARP Ohio at 866-389-5653 or log on to www.aarp.org/Ohio. Next, grateful for grinning. But first, they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But with a bushel and a peck full of possibilities, your head may hurt as you seek a specific selection. Just how many apple options are there? We'll verify the number of varieties when we return.
Right now, the trusted experts of University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center and the most advanced cancer-fighting technologies are in 17 community locations. That's leading-edge care, where you're most comfortable. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center. Right now, proton therapy, a revolutionary treatment for many types of cancer, is available for the first time in Ohio, and only at University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. That's the future of cancer care. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center.
There are 7,500 varieties of apples grown throughout the world. If you want to eat a different apple every day, it would take you some time, a total of 20 years, to try them all.
Are you still full of turkey and stuffing and pumpkin pie? If you loved digging into all of that delicious food, you can thank your teeth. Dentist Steve Marsh is here with stories of people who are grateful for their grins and thankful they can enjoy a meal with family and friends. So welcome back to the show again.
Very cute.
The first thing we're going to focus on is how we need our teeth to function to eat our food and to speak and everything else.
Right, because Lori, so many times here we're talking about cosmetic cases and that sort of thing. But just as you pointed out, if you want to enjoy your dinner, you need to be able to function. And remember, teeth aren't just for chewing, but the nutrition that we get into our body only comes from one source, and those are the foods. And so you need to be able to enjoy your food, you need to be able to chew it, break the food down, and that's how we get the vitamins and all the other nutrients. So we thought we'd talk about that. And speaking of Thanksgiving, we're focusing on people who are golden opportunity viewers who are really thankful for the show because we've exposed them to so many different things. So I thank you for that, and they thank you. And so we thought we'd focus on them today.
And we thank them right back.
And we're going to start with a patient who we talked about function. So this is a patient who came to me. She's in her mid-50s, and this before picture, she came into me and said, my teeth are loose. I haven't had time to be at a dentist. I travel a lot. When she came in and we did the exam, all those teeth that looked so good had periodontal disease, meaning there was almost no bone underneath, and those teeth actually wobbled, and she said, I'm not chewing my food well. I worked with a periodontist on that. We looked at the options. None of those teeth, though they looked good, were savable. So what ended up happening was the teeth were taken out. The same day she had her teeth taken out, we made an upper denture. And in the lower, we did 3 implants. The periodontist placed those, and then I restored that. And we'll see an after picture, I think, that shows you how she looks now. That is a full upper denture. That is a lower denture that actually snapped into it. So that's a combination of a full upper, which worked well because of suction, and on the bottom this. And she said, oh my gosh, I can eat again. I feel good again. And this denture snaps in so she can take it out and clean it. Some of the things you see on TV sometimes are ones that get screwed in, and they're tough to clean underneath.
Oh, okay.
This enables her to clean them, keep those implants very clean, and hopefully last longer.
And you also have patients throughout Ohio and who are viewers who are thankful how their teeth now look, too.
Right, so we're going to talk about those, and to demonstrate, we're just going to show lots of befores and afters.
All righty.
So this is an interesting case. This is a young woman who was actually 25 years old. You see what's happened. Those aren't braces. She was horsing around with her boyfriend. They were having a good time. She fell on her face, knocked those teeth out. Initially, they were banded together by an oral surgeon. Then she came to me and he said, I don't think we can save those front teeth. On the lower, we reshape them to make them look good. And on the upper, that is an all porcelain bridge. And if your viewers look really closely, there's actually some pink porcelain at the top because she lost so much gum and bone. So this is a permanent restoration. She looks great, actually a stunning young woman. So not everybody is 25 and was horsing around. So here's a guy in my age group in the mid-60s. And over the years, he had had a lot of periodontal disease. We talked about that before, lost some bone, lost some tissue. And then came into me. What stimulated him is he saw us on TV. He saw something. He said, I want something permanent. He had seen his case that we had done, or a patient we had taken care of. He broke off that tooth, was about to break the other. Again, this is an 8-unit all porcelain bridge, zirconium. It's the strongest material we have in dentistry. We again use this pink porcelain to give him and restore this smile. He was able to function and eat again. He was able to keep it as clean as he could, but that's a wonderful example of function and also cosmetics. And that's one of the great things about dentistry today. We can blend those two things to get people the smile they want.
All right. Pictures were great. Those afters are amazing. We're always thankful to see the smile of someone we love. And for these patients, they're thankful they can smile right back with confidence. Need help with the function or form of your teeth? Give Steve a call. His number's next.
See what Dr. Stephen March can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, born and bred. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Plan to get around a holiday Circle Fest, December 2nd and 3rd at University Circle. Shop at the Chris Kindle Market, skate with Santa, enjoy merry music, and discover creative crafts. Then linger for the winter lights lanterns and much more. To get in the loop for more information, call 216-707-4640 or click to www.universitycircle.org/events.
We all know Cleveland rocks, but how do we become the town we are today? The answer lies in a brand new exhibit opening in just a few days from now on November 29th. Kelly Falcone Hall is here with a personal preview of Cleveland Starts Here. Kelly is the CEO of the Western Reserve Historical Society, so welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, this is a permanent exhibit that shows our past as well as our present, correct?
Correct. Cleveland Starts Here, sponsored by Jack Joseph and Morton Mandel Foundation, is all about Cleveland. In fact, we probably could have just called it the Cleveland exhibit, which is what most people call it. But it really takes a look at Cleveland, really from 1795 to the present day. It's a very contemporary look at the city. It looks at how, a very small village on the shore of Lake Erie grew to be an industrial powerhouse, home of American presidents, home to world-class arts and culture, home of, world-class medical innovation, everything that we are today.
All right. And as the Historical Society, I mean, you are uniquely qualified. You've got the items, you've got the information to be able to, present this information to the public.
We are. We are Cleveland's oldest cultural institution. We've been collecting for 150 years. This is our 150th anniversary. And we have over 1 million items in our collection. So Cleveland Starts Here is really a narrative look at the history of the city and the region. And we use all of our collections to tell that story. Three-dimensional objects, images, film footage, oral histories, you name it. We use everything, much of what we have to tell the story.
Okay, do you have a few examples you can tell us about?
Sure. One of the examples, I'll give you an early example. It's one of the earliest maps of Cleveland, and it was drawn by Seth Pease. He was with the surveying party that came out to the Western Reserve in 1796,
oh boy.
Led by Moses Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And he drew a plan of the city of Cleveland. And it is really known as the second map of the city. The first was drawn by a person named Amos Spafford, and he was also with the Connecticut Land Company.
Okay. Any other pictures that you got?
We have an image of Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens is one of the many faces of Cleveland that you'll see and you'll meet in this exhibit. A lot of people know who he is, a lot of people don't. He was a world record-setting track and field athlete during the 1930s. He came to Cleveland with his family from Alabama in the 1920s. So he was part of a wave of African-American immigration to the North called the Great Migration. Oh,
but he's even got a title.
Well, he's perhaps best known for winning 4 gold medals at the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin. He set world records there in the 100-meter, 200-meter dash, a long jump competition. But that, of course, those games were infamous. Adolf Hitler welcomed the group, and for Jesse Owen, an African-American from Cleveland, to win 4 gold medals in 1936 is really very extraordinary.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a big deal, especially for an African-American. So, one more picture here I see.
Let my people go. We received this very special poster from the Cleveland Council of Soviet Anti-Semitism. This was a group, it was a social justice group that was founded at the Temple on the west side of Cleveland. And they were a group that helped Soviet Jews emigrate to the United States during the later part of the 20th century. They were coming in large numbers in the 1970s. At the peak, 1979, 51,000 Jews emigrated from the Soviet Union. And so we have this poster. It's a period of history that we're really committed to talking a lot more about what's happened in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio over the last 25 to 50 years.
That's amazing. I wish we had time to talk more about it and see more pictures, but we got to get there then.
That's right. That's right.
By exploring our history, we can understand how Cleveland came to be the rockin' city it is today. And Cleveland Starts Here is a great way to begin. To learn more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Kelly Falcone Hall for putting us on the right start to this unique exhibit.
Find out more by calling the Western Reserve Historical Society at 216-721-5722 or click to www.wrhs.org. Next, healthy living by the numbers. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hello everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and we're here today to show you how to do a oblique twist, which is going to help us with our obliques, more importantly that love handle area. You ready to go?
I got to get rid of these love
handles. All right, we can do it. Here we go. We're going to start seated. We want our legs bent at about a 45-degree angle and your feet flat on the floor as much as they can be. Make sure we maintain good posture. We're simply going to overlap our hands here, and we're going to try to touch the ground to the left. And then we're going to bring them across and try to touch the ground to the right, okay? We're looking for 12 to 15 repetitions on this one. And remember, the movement's actually going to be in the core, in the trunk, and not in the shoulders. How you feeling?
Oh, I can feel those love handles leaving now.
All right, real quick, you can add a little bit of resistance on this one to make it a little more challenging. Just go ahead, grab your weights at home, and perform the exact same exercise with the exact same movement. All right, 12 to 15, 2 to 3 sets. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
Managing your health is a numbers game, and Dr. Gregory Green has joined us in the UH Broadcast Center to count off the numbers that you need to know. Dr. Green is an internal medicine specialist at University Hospitals. So let's talk about these numbers. What kind of numbers are we talking about?
So the big things we look at are your blood pressure, your blood glucose, your cholesterol numbers, and your BMI. Those are really the big 4 we like to focus on because they all relate to diseases that are potentially treatable and even preventable if caught early.
Okay, well let's talk about the first one on your list, blood pressure.
Sure. So when we look at blood pressure, we look at 2 different numbers. You have your systolic, which is your top number, and that measures the pressure in your blood vessels when your heart is actively pumping. The bottom number, the diastolic, which is the lower number, that tells us what the pressure is in your blood vessels when your heart is relaxed. In typical everyday Americans, the goal we're shooting for is 140/90 when it comes to blood pressure. You know, if you have kidney disease, if you're a diabetic, we tend to aim on the lower end of 140/90, slightly below that. If you're a little bit over, you know, the age of 60, 65, we loosen the restrictions on blood pressure for you.
Okay, so what's the dangers if the numbers are too high?
Heart disease, stroke. A lot of times we can see long-standing blood pressure causing thickening of the blood vessels of the heart, and it can lead to neurological problems too, like vascular dementia, if left untreated.
Okay, so an important number.
Very important.
Second number on your list is blood glucose. Now that talks about whether you're pre-diabetic or have diabetes now, right?
Exactly, exactly. So basically we break it down into 3 different categories. If your blood glucose is under 100, you're typically in the safe zone. No real concern for diabetes. 100 to 125, we tend to be a little more cognizant of, your blood sugars and your overall health. We call that pre-diabetes. Over 125, 2 times in a row, technically will qualify you for a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes.
Okay, again, an important number. Next is cholesterol.
Cholesterol is a very, very important number. 1 out of every 3 Americans will pass from heart disease in the United States. So cholesterol we love to stay on top of. Back in 2013, the American College of Cardiology, they released an algorithm for us to follow that gives us your ASCVD risk score. And essentially what we do is we take your LDL, your bad cholesterol, as well as your HDL, your good cholesterol, and we put that into an algorithm. Also looking at diabetes history, high blood pressure history, history of a previous event, and that tells us your 10-year risk factor for having some sort of coronary event or stroke.
Boy, we've got to keep track of that. Finally, measuring if we're at a healthy weight.
2 big things we look at here are your BMI, or your body mass index, and then your waist circumference. BMI is really used as a screening tool. It's not a diagnostic test. If you're over a certain number, we think about whether you're overweight or obese and address those issues accordingly. And then waist circumference, for females, we generally like under 35 inches, males under 40 inches.
Okay, so what if overall our numbers just don't add up right?
That's where you have the conversation with your physician, and we kind of tailor your individual needs to the individual patient.
Okay, so look at the numbers and make sure that you're doing the right thing by seeing your doctor.
Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
Great advice. How can you stay healthy? Dr. Green just gave you the lowdown, keeping your numbers down low. Need help? Use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Dr. Green for joining us today.
Thank you.
Learn more by calling the Center for Lifelong Health at University Hospitals at 1-844-312-LIFE. That's 5433. Or visit their website, www.uhhospitals.org/lifelonghealth. Next, volunteer beware.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance, because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back to volunteer information about legal protections for volunteers. Volunteers are the backbone of many organizations, especially nonprofits. However, nonprofits are involved with many activities, some of which may expose the organization, the officers, or the volunteers to potential liability. Here to discuss some protections for volunteers is my law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hey, Lori.
We might not have as many volunteers if they actually faced liability for their actions.
You're right, that'd be a legitimate risk, but fortunately, way back in 1997, Congress passed the Volunteer Protection Act, and that protects volunteers who work, for charities and nonprofits. And Ohio passed a similar law. So they're protected generally in that sense.
So how do the laws work?
Well, basically, if you're unpaid volunteer for a charitable organization or another nonprofit, you're not liable if something bad happens just by negligence or an accident. So you're not liable for those. You're only liable if you do something intentionally, or you're grossly negligent, or you're willful, and you're indifferent to someone's potential injuries, and you take actions like that. Otherwise, you should be safe from being sued for liabilities.
Does the same law cover the organizations then?
No. Now, there is no protection for the organization, so the volunteer makes a mistake, commits some sort of act there, the organization will still be liable for their act. So fortunately, maybe, Congress is thinking about passing a law, it's in the House right now, that would give organizations the same sort of protection. And that means that the organization, because they're at risk, if larger organizations will have insurance, but small organizations won't be able to afford that. So one big lawsuit could wipe them out. So this would be a law that if it passes, as long as it's a similar provision, as long as the organization, the people haven't done something intentionally wrong, willful, or grossly negligent, the organization will be protected also.
All right, so it's okay for us to sign up to help AARP or
That's right.
to help some politician
Yes.
running, as long as we're doing our job the right way.
Right.
All right, well, that's great information. Please feel free to sign up then for your favorite cause as a volunteer without worry of a lawsuit. While many nonprofit and government organizations are out there, they really still need your help to continue their good work. For more information, look for the current issue of Boomer and Beyond magazine, available free everywhere, or call Mike at the number coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, Afraid of Falling will provide protections from falls. Then we'll offer an innovative option for dealing with early stage dementia. And we'll present 5 perks to being an older adult. Can't wait to hear that. Until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.